But soon it became clear that many of the men returning from the front would be of little use. Soldiers suffering from shellshock, a new form of mental breakdown linked with trench warfare, were often earmarked for agricultural duties. Shellshock, however, was a far more seriously debilitating condition than it first seemed. By 1917, 30,000 former soldiers had been diagnosed with this disturbing illness. Nothing could prepare the young nurses whose job it was to care for them, like Mary Jolly.
That was part of my job, sitting talking to them, trying to make them forget that they couldn't forget. One soldier who would talk about it, and he was so afraid of going to sleep because of the nightmares that he had. And I said, what did you see? And he said, well, I saw wounded men on the ground, and our tanks coming along and just mowing through the wounded men. He said it was very terrible.
Most shell-shock patients would be able to play no further part in the war effort. Amongst the long-term patients in hospital was former officer Guy Botwright, who had suddenly collapsed at the front.
The legs would let you down. Yes, they would flop quite easily. You never quite knew when they were going to let you down. That was another thing. You flop. When it was at its worst, I mean, and you didn't care what happened. Any desire to continue, or not to continue, if you could put it almost like that, didn't exist.